Hey guys, Andrews here with another video. Today I want to talk about the Night Vendor, as he is a mechanic I haven't really covered all that much on the channel, and with this week's patch he's seen a bit of a change that has had more than a few people confused as to what actually has changed regarding his mechanics. Now to start off, if you're new to the game, the Night Vendor is an NPC that can be found in each major city and becomes accessible after 10 p.m. in-game time until 7 a.m. in-game time. Throughout this window you can talk to him and ask him to show you a random item in exchange for 50 energy. This is what is called a roll. Every roll costs a flat 50 energy, so having multiple characters with high pools of energy allows you to roll more often. The reason Night Vendor is so good, especially for the people who are in the middle stages of BDO, is his ability to offer you boss items. You can straight purchase these items without having to rely on marketplace or boss drop RNG, and of course you still have to go through the Night Vendor RNG, as not every roll is guaranteed to be good, and you may be shown a boss weapon for a class you don't even play. It's actually all completely random. The caveat to Night Vendor is the pricing structure is higher than what you may see on the marketplace. That is because the Night Vendor has a set base prices for all items he sells. These base prices never change and can result in you seeing an item on the Night Vendor costing much more than it does in the marketplace. Apart from the base price of items being naturally higher, his maximum price on items is pretty high. Let's take a dandelion for example. A base dandelion goes for 95 million on the marketplace. The Night Vendor base price for a dandelion is 150 million, and the max price goes up to 450 million, which means that is the range you're gonna work with. So if you're rolling Night Vendor looking for your dandy and you don't have at least 450 million, you're running the risk of seeing your dandelion and not being able to purchase it. There are very rare cases where we get Night Vendor sales which cut the max price in half, but those don't happen very often. We've had 2 in the last year as far as I can remember. Now aside from the boss items, the Night Vendor also sells fixed price items which you can roll. These include blue awakening weapons, blue accessories, crystal shards, and blackstones. The change this week made it so that we no longer see single blackstone rolls, making us have a higher chance to see better Night Vendor rolls. Some people took this change as to mean that Night Vendor no longer sells blackstones, which is not the case. Now the worst roll you can have is a pouch of 5 blackstones, which is actually really good if you do any enhancing, as the prices of the blackstones on the Night Vendor and other fixed items are inherently lower than the market price would typically be. Now lastly, there is a hold mechanic in place that allows you to lock an item in the Night Vendor if you're missing enough funds to straight purchase the item. This will lock the item and hold it for you for 15 minutes before disappearing. This should give you enough time to get funds from other cities or sell items on the marketplace to be able to afford whatever boss item you just rolled on. When this hold mechanic was first introduced, it was supposed to allow the 15-minute hold to surpass the Night Vendor window, which means if there were only a few minutes left in the Night Vendor window, you could hold an item and still have the full 15 minutes to purchase the item. As of late though, it doesn't work, as you cannot interact with the Night Vendor shop option after his window closes. And that's the Night Vendor in a nutshell. Just wanted to reiterate that we do not have a Night Vendor sale going on right now. I've been seeing some people thinking that there is one, but that is just not the case. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. As always, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on Monday for the next video.